Hey folks, welcome to episode number 16 of The Edge. Yes, Mindwipe has returned. I want to thank Kid Dog for hosting episode 15 last week. But, in the meantime, for episode 16, we've got a fully packed out show for you, as always. Some really good reviews and some good trailers for you this time around. So, without much further ado, let's move straight right along.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? Blue Bomber the Lucario here. And I'm here to do a video game review of, in my opinion, the best RPG available on the Super Nintendo, if not the best game available on the Super Nintendo. And that would be Chrono Trigger. So, let's pop her in and check it out. Alright guys, I'm going to try to keep this short. I'm only going to show you a few clips from the very beginning of the game, so here we go. Chrono Trigger is definitely a long game. That's because it has a really good storyline. It involves time travel, and there's lots of story twists and plots. There's side missions and stuff like that. Like most RPGs, Chrono Trigger uses the ATB system, so that means the controls are very simple and user-friendly to first-time players. As the game moves on, you'll find yourself doing intense boss battles, certain objectives you have to do to continue throughout the game, and later on you'll have some side quests that actually affect certain things in the game. Touching base on another subject, Chrono Trigger has some of the most beautiful music I've ever heard composed in a video game. Chrono Trigger has 7 playable characters, each with their own backstory and their own personal plot and objective. The characters were designed by Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball Z. Look at Ayla. Hey Ayla. Your clothes were, they were appropriate for back in your time, huh? Well, you know what people would call you nowadays? A whore. Anyway, that's about all I have to say. Thanks for watching my very first game review. I highly suggest that you go pick this game up. It's been released on the Nintendo DS recently, so it shouldn't be very hard to find. So, thanks for watching anyone who did. I'd appreciate feedback. Whatever you have to say will be fine. So, yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time, guys.
Hey, I heard you were looking for the boss.
Well, you're gonna have to go through us. Just terrific.
To the north, the mines of Moria also grow ever more deadly. Here, in times past, Gandalf cast down the Balrog after days of combat. That terrible battle cost him his very life, but permitted the Ringbearer to escape those dark and dreadful halls.
The Lord of the Rings conquest isn't really anything that we haven't seen before. Pandemic Studios from day one have just been criticised that it is just Star Wars Battlefront, but with the Lord of the Rings twist on it instead of the Star Wars. This is true in some sense, but there's a little bit more to it.
Spirits!
The single player is split up into two parts. There's the good campaign called The War of the Ring, and then there's the evil campaign called The Rise of Sauron. Now, the evil campaign is so much better, because the good campaign will just take you through some of the most memorable battles like Helm's Deep, Pelennor Fields, Minas Tirith, the Black Gate, places like that. But the evil campaign is a lot more interesting, as instead of Frodo destroying the ring at the end of the Return of the King, the Nazgul come in and kill Frodo and take the ring back to Sauron. And this starts a chain of events where Sauron gets the power back to corrupt Middle-earth, and his first little task is to resurrect his fallen allies. So that's basically where the campaign leads to. And instead of just doing the good campaign but from the evil perspective, they've actually done a totally different campaign. So you'll go to different battles like Weathertop, Rivendell, and then you'll all be leading up to the Shire, where, let's face it, you kill loads of hobbits, and it's a lot of fun. Single player is fun, but it's not without its frustrating moments, and it will carry a lot of them. For example, you'll get a number of lives at the start of the mission, and every single time you do an objective, you'll get some more lives. But sometimes it doesn't give you enough lives, so you'll get near to the end of the mission, and then this one little archer will be just sitting there, and he will kill you, and you have to do the entire mission again. And it's just those little things which take away the fun element of the single player. So, similar to Battlefront, there's classes in the game. There's the Archer class, Mage, Scout, and Soldier. They all have their own little abilities. Your Soldier is your basic person, while, your Mage can cast all those spells. And then you also have the Hero classes, and these are the most fun. You'll get to take control of Gandalf, Legolas, the Witch King, Sauron even. And these classes are given to you at certain points in the single player, normally nearer the end of the level. There's also these other aspects of the game, like you could say it's a vehicle side. You can take control of trolls, ents, you can ride on wargs and horses, you can fire catapults, and even control a gigantic mummikill. All these feel like a vehicle element to the game, and overall it's just a good little addition to the game, adding these extra classes, so you do have some variation when you're actually playing the game. The main selling focus for Conquest is its multiplayer. You can have up to 16 people playing it, and even though that might not sound epic, if there's more people, it'll probably get more frustrating because you'll probably die more often. There's 4 game modes. There's Conquest, Hero vs Hero Team Deathmatch, Capture the Ring, and Team Deathmatch. It's basically a good spread of game modes, and you don't really expect anything else from them. You can go all the classes from the single player, and also at the halfway point of a multiplayer match, one person will get granted the ability to become the hero, and that hero will be suited to that specific map. For example, Rivendell, you'll probably get Elrond. Overall, the multiplayer is good, but there are a couple of things which do bring the game down. So on to the negatives of the game. The music in the game is good. It's got the original score from the films, however the voice acting is not good. The guards' voices just sound pathetic. Even the hero voices are just done terribly. The only one that they got to come back was Elrond, and he also narrates the single player. But all the other characters just seem to have no emotion, and it just does not fit the world of Lord of the Rings. The graphics are also a major disappointment. Sometimes, at the start of a mission, they look like last-gen graphics. But they do get the look of Lord of the Rings across. Minas Tirith looks like Minas Tirith, Pelennor Fields looks like Pelennor Fields, and the character models look pretty good. But overall, they could have done a lot better on the graphical front, and on the voice acting front. Also, the gameplay has been described as sluggish and slow. However, looking at it, you wonder how they could have done it differently. If they tried to do some precise movement for swordplay, like in Assassin's Creed, it just would not have worked in multiplayer. The Archer class and the Mage class are probably the best for gameplay, seeing that it doesn't require constant hammering of one button to kill enemies, and the Stealth class, it does actually get quite frustrating when you try and pull off an assassination and you just uncloak yourself and then get killed because the button did not register in hitting it.
The armies of the West have been forced to make their final stand upon the ruins of Weathertop. Here, in ages past, the Witch King led his great host in terrible victory. And here the northern armies of men were crushed.
So Conquest isn't really a bad game, it just has some very serious negative points to it. But if you look at it as a whole, and if you are a Lord of the Rings fan, you will probably enjoy it. Just even climbing up a mummikill like Legolas does in the film, and shooting it in the head just to slide down its trunk, it's those moments in the game which just keep you coming back for more. The multiplayer of 13 maps will last you quite a while, and the single player having a 2-player cooperative mode will also add a little bit of replay value. Like I said, if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, this is probably one of the better Lord of the Rings games out there. Although some of the negatives do draw it back, you could probably get over it if you just spend some time with it.
A small, brave army stands at last within the jaws of Sauron's trap. But the courage of men will not fail, and their hope will not fade. For they hold that their sacrifice at the Black Gate of Mordor shall gain time for Frodo to at last destroy the One Ring. And in this final hour, the captains of the West must continue to fight for their freedom while their breath still remains.
They were heroes.
Of the champion against the challenger.
They were larger than life.
The irresistible force meeting the immovable object.
They were superstars.
Look at the stain on the face of Andre.
They were giants.
We're seeing what this guy is really made of. The greatest professional athlete in the world today.
They are legends. Relive. Rewrite. Redefine. WWE Legends of WrestleMania.
I'm ready for love.
This is just your title screen here, Let's Go Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots. A little cutscene going on in the corner. It's pretty much the footage from the trailer, if you've seen it, and this kind of art here, Metal Gear Solid. It's kind of like he's exploded, but all these little parts are bodies and guns and stuff like that, which is quite cool if you look at it in detail. This is just your Dolby Digital Surround Sound opening. Right, the game's loading up here. Okay, back to the main menu. I'll quickly show you the online, Metal Gear Online. Just go to the option here. Basically take you through to your online lobby. Right, this is basically your, it's pretty much loads as a separate game. You press the start button here, and you'll get start game or go back to Metal Gear Solid 4. Quick load here. Alright, just got this agreement here. And then you'll get into your lobby. Start off with the first, you'll get these tips. Just go through them, showing you that you need to make an ID before you can go online and stuff like that. I can enter my game ID and log in. Okay, basically you get this registration thing. Once you've logged in, you'll just get more tips. And you basically have your lobby where you can start game, view your options, go to your official Konami site, get some support, the Metal Gear Online shop for expansion packs and stuff like that. And then obviously your online manuals. So I go to start game. It'll take you through to your character lobby. And you can basically register a new character. You get one character per account on the PSN for free. And if you want any more characters, you have to pay, which is a bit odd, but that's how they make their money, I guess. You just enter your name in. And then this is basically your customer characterization screen. You have a 360 view of your character, and you can also zoom in and out. You can change face. Like that. You can also change the voice of your character, change the pitch, everything like that. Just test.
Go, go, go! Go, go, go! Go, go, go! I wonder who's next.
I'll go.
Go, go, go!
I'll go with B. And then go next. And then you have this gear basically you can change your headgear. I'll have a cap. You can have an upper body suit. I'll go with this one. Lower body suit. Keep this. Like your vest. I'll go with this one. Waist. Hands. Feet. Accessories. And some more accessories. Give myself a little balaclava there. And that's pretty much it. You can then register a character. I'll just put it in. As you can see, it's very customizable, which is really, really good. And then you just register your character. Once your character has been registered, you'll go to the game lobby where you can join the game and stuff like that. And then once you're in, you can just join the game. Alright, it's just joining the game. Loading bar in the corner. And then it's loaded. It'll take you into the screen, just give you information on the teams and stuff, exactly what you need to do. And then you get this weapon select, where you can use your points to buy weapons. Basically like that. You go through, press start, and then you'll just jump straight into the game. You have the same basic stuff as in the single player, but you also have more weapon information. Obviously your time and the team scores. And then you have a better map in the corner, so you can actually see your surroundings a lot better. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the multiplayer. It features the same kind of good graphics that you can expect from the single player, but it's obviously online and lots of fun. Features some good music, really gets you into the feel of the battle. Kind of like builds the fun of the game and just adds the tension and stuff. It's quite cool. There's lots of different sound effects that you'll run throughout the game, and they kind of reflect whatever situation you're in. So if you're in an area that's got lots of action, yeah. I died there, but so did the guy who was killing me. So you know, take one for the team. And that's pretty much what you'll get. You'll just load back into the game like that, and then obviously you can just start again. That's pretty much it for multiplayer. I would buy Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriot solely for the Metal Gear Online feature, but with a single player you can't really ask for more. I'm going to give Metal Gear Online 9 out of 10. It's a great game, great online features, great multiplayer. It's got various maps and gameplay. Unfortunately, they don't implement the same stuff as the single player. It would have been nice to see some. It would have been nice to see some weapon customization in the multiplayer. That's all for this review. Thanks for watching. If you want to email me with any questions, suggestions, or advice, email me at b.escorcio@gmail.com. If you want to follow me online, visit my Twitter at twitter.com/bscorcio, and visit my blog to keep up to date with what I'm doing and news around. That's bscorcio.wordpress.com. Alright, thanks for watching and see you next time.
They say hope begins in the dark, but most just flail around in the blackness, searching for their destiny. The darkness, for me, is where I shine. In the end, everybody bleeds the same.
Hey guys, it's Slasher Thrasher here, and I'm here with my review for Rise of the Argonauts for the PS3, Xbox 360, and PC platform. Now, Rise of the Argonauts is the story of King Jason and his beloved Prince Elkame, who unfortunately is killed on an attack in the city. This starts Jason on a quest for the Golden Fleece to revive his beloved, and thus Jason's adventure starts. Now, Rise of the Argonauts is basically a hack and slash role-playing game, but think of it more akin to something like Mass Effect, or even more like Jade Empire. You have brutal real-time combat with powers you can gain throughout the course of the game. And then you have the other half of the game, which is more like conversating with tons of characters, doing side quests, you know, helping someone retrieve something, just like in those other games I mentioned. If you're a fan of those games, Rise of the Argonauts will be right up your alley. From choosing different moments where you have to select, you know, choices, dialogue choices that will affect how you are aligned with the 4 different gods in the game. What's really cool about this is, as you're playing the game, you'll run into characters and you'll see these different responses. You know, and it's like in older games where it's like, you know, mean response, more of an inquisitive response, more of a sarcastic response, and depending on what these are, you'll see symbols and colors to verify what god this remark favors. So that will give you points towards that god to use to upgrade your character with their god-giving stats. And then also, when you do the side quests for characters and help them out and out the game, you actually get a basically completed side quest points, and you can delve them to any god points, any god areas you want for powers. But again, it plays out very much like Mass Effect or Jade Empire, whereas, yes, you get to pick different responses, and now with just a little bit of a twist that actually affects what you can get. Now, Rise of the Argonauts also has equipment like swords, spears, maces, your armor, and your shield. But there is no menu to actually equip this stuff, so you actually go to your ship, the Argo, and have to equip your character from there. And you get other characters to join you. Also, there's a map system. It's kind of like Fable. You've got little dots, and you can pick them and see where to go, and that'll lead you to your next area. Then you have your god powers, as I was talking about, which, you have your different gods, and you have your different gods' power skills and trees, or skill trees. So some of these will be actually power-ups that you can activate while battling the various enemies, or some of them are more like a stats that, like, you'll move faster, or you'll regain health after killing enemies fast. And then you just simply, with the powers, you assign them to the D-pad, and you can call on them whenever you need them. Anything from, like, double damage or an explosive blast. But, again, the game is heavy on combat at times, but then again, at other times, it's very not, and you're going to find yourself talking a lot and doing lots of side quests. So for some people that aren't into that, this might not be for you. This is a very story-driven and dialogue-driven game. So, what's there is good, and voice acting is good, and everything, but again, don't expect to go into this thinking this is going to be like a God of War game and all-out action. There's action, and it's fun, but it's not as much as some people might think coming from this review or reading up on the game. On that though, combat is fun and fluid. The combo system is pretty basic, and you can switch from your three different weapons during mid-combo to kind of combo that spear thrust with your sword attack, but that comes off kind of cumbersome with the controls and hitting the right bumper or left bumper, and doesn't quite feel just right and might get you a little frustrated. Aside from that, though, the graphics, while looking really good at times, can look a little old school, but really, it never took me out of the game whatsoever. Also, the frame rate can stutter at times just for seemingly no reason. You'll be walking around and it seems like it stutters, and you're like kind of wondering why did it do that. But those issues aside, you're looking at a solid 12 to 15 hour game that is a great hack and slash mythological based RPG that anybody that played Jade Empire or Mass Effect and liked should give this a try. It's a lot of fun, and I give it a solid 8.0.
$10 million guaranteed, that's the deal. So what you got for me? I don't have the money. You still owe me. Wait! Start talking. Please.
Reviews here with my review of Skate 2 for the Xbox 360. Skate 2 is a sequel of the original flick-stick hit and back at full force. Fans of the original game will be able to jump right in due to the fact that they kept the controls very similar to the first game. But people new to the game should be pulling off 360 flips in no time. Black Box crammed this game with insane new tricks and features. This game takes place in the same city as the original Skate. You'll recognize a lot of spots, but with very revamped textures. But the town has grown and there's millions of new spots to hit, but watch out. Security has gotten worse. People now move out of your way when you come at them for the most part. A new element to the game is the Thrasher Bone Crusher. It adds a whole new game feature, allowing you to control your character and do multiple different tricks, getting a score on when you crash. Some of the newest features to Skate 2 are the new arsenal of tricks. From beam plants, the judos, to even the dog fist, the list is endless, and you'll find yourself playing this game for hours. One of the newest features is getting off your board, which is a great change from the first game because now you can get to spots that were once before impossible to get to.
Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Who is to blame in what country?
The newest and biggest part of Skate 2, though, from the first game, is the ability to be able to move objects around throughout the city. You can pretty much move anything you can get your hands on in this city. You can even create your own spots, upload to Xbox Live. Overall, Skate 2 is a great game. With all the new tricks, new spots, and ability to move and create your own spots, I think you will find yourself playing this game for hours on end. This game is definitely a buy for any gamer, from beginner to expert. This is a must-have for any skill level, so that's why I'm going to be giving Skate 2 a 4 out of 5.
Oh, we gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher.
Captain Deshant here. We secured the underground route to the coordinates.
Destination coordinates?
Town square's up ahead. Go through there. Alpha team's waiting at the deal location.
Good.
What do you know about Ouroboros?
Mostly just rumors. Something about visions of a doomsday project.
Doomsday sounds about right, and apparently it is no rumor.
You're kidding, right?
You must find a man named Irving. He is our only lead. And be careful out there.
You don't know what you're talking about! You can all go to hell! People! For what? Well, now to Korea.
I'll just have to kill you quickly.
If you can behave yourselves, maybe I'll tell you.
Natural selection leaves the survivors stronger and better. Every day, humans come one step closer to self-destruction. I'm not destroying the world, I'm saving it. Things are really getting interesting now, eh, Chris? Do you actually think you can defeat me? Time to die, Chris.
Welcome to Boom Blocks. Boom Blocks is essentially a puzzle-type game that allows you to play in a few different modes. This game has only one objective: destroy all the blocks on screen. Of course, that's not your only option. You'll have your chance to play other rip-offs such as Jenga, and a couple of quick mini-games that are in the multiplayer mode, but I won't be able to get to that. Boom Blocks is essentially this game where you're allowed to go through and play through puzzles that have you knock them down to earn points. Sometimes you're either judged on the amount of times you've thrown the ball to knock them over, and how many points you have. There are a variety of puzzles, and you'll be even able to make your own puzzles later on in the game. There isn't a lot of depth to this game, but who doesn't have that inner child who wishes that they could just blow stuff up and never have to clean up the mess? Well, that's the appeal of Boom Blocks. You blow up everything, you never have to put it away, and you never have to put it back together. And what's more, there are 4 players that can play with it. So it doesn't have that much depth, and no online multiplayer whatsoever. There is multiplayer mode, and there is a lot of replayability because essentially it becomes quite addictive being able to knock over all these little puzzles. Believe me, they look easy at first, but they get a lot more challenging. I only have 2 downsides of Boom Blocks. Number 1, the adventure mode has a horrible, childish storyline to it that even makes children vomit when they hear it. I'm actually glad there's no narrator to read this horrible crap. My other negative concern about Boom Blocks is the horrible presentation. Come on! These graphics would have been passable 2 generations ago. I know it's supposed to be simplified and all, but this is ridiculous. Not to mention that the music, if any... Is there even any music in this game? I can barely tell. If I was to be put in charge of it, I would have gone with a more classic approach. In fact, let's try that. Let's try montage. Give me Ode to Joy, D minor. Boom Blocks is easy to pick up and play, fun to play for a while, but without that lack of depth, and without a great presentation to keep you coming back, there isn't that much intriguing about it. But what it does offer is a lot of fun. Which is why if you're trying to get some people that can't play games a lot, this is one of those games that you might want to have them pick up and play. It's great, but it doesn't seem like they put a lot of hard work or effort into it, and I really wish they would have gone more with the presentation. Other than that though, all I can really say is Boom Blocks is a joy to play. It's a 4 out of 5. It's an enjoyable experience for those who can play it.
Alright guys, we're going to be playing Mortal Kombat 3 today for the Sega Genesis. You also may notice, I don't know if the resolution on YouTube is going to be more, so I'm going to test this out and see if this is, I don't know if it's going to be alright because of the fact that I'm using, I've been doing 640 by 480 on my webcam software, and these videos have been reaching almost 200 megabytes apiece, and I can't keep doing that, so what I'm going to do is just push the resolution down a little. I mean, come on, these are Genesis games, you can't force the Genesis game up to 640 by 480 anyway, so same thing with Nintendo and Super Nintendo. So the resolution that this is recording at right now is probably as good as it's going to get for a Genesis anyway. I'll see how it looks on YouTube. If it looks like crap, I'll go back to 640 by 480. Yeah, I don't know how to do the fatalities, so don't ask. I think I like Mortal Kombat 2 better. I don't have that one. Whoa. Wow. Okay. This is when Mortal Kombat was getting silly. I mean, even Part 4. Part 4, I mean, I don't know. Part 4 is okay, but it's really not the greatest. I've played that for the PC and N64. This one actually pushes Genesis pretty fast, so... Oh my god. Jesus, wow. Uh-oh. Yeah, well, they don't do the fatality. Oh. Alright, we'll do one more match. Let's try someone else here. Let's try him. Wow, that was alright. Now the reason why I'm going on a lower resolution is because of the fact that I'm on a bandwidth cap, so I gotta be careful on what these huge ass files I'm uploading is insane. And they shouldn't even be that big, number one. I don't know why they're so big. I mean, yeah, I can take the file and probably... It doesn't get shrunk as much when I go into Movie Maker or use any type of other video software. It doesn't shrink it that well. Maybe by 10 megabytes or 20 megabytes. So I think it's because of the way that the camera records the TV. It has to get all that animation and stuff. I don't know. Ah, damn it. Alright guys, that was Mortal Kombat 3 for the Sega Genesis. There'll be more coming up today, so take it easy.
Well folks, that's about it for episode 16 of The Edge. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you have any comments or feedback, please leave them at the following email address. That's mailbag@thetotalgamer.com. I repeat, that's mailbag@thetotalgamer.com. And be sure to check out episode 17 next week, where we've got a little bit of a special lined up for you. You can also check out the US and UK audio podcasts over at the TotalGamer.com website, as well as Worth Your Wee Points hosted by Dan Van Dam. Great little show in itself. In the meantime though, we'll leave you with this last video as always. Till next time folks, this has been Mindwipe. Take it easy.
I wanted 3 orders of pork fried rice, and you're gonna bring me what? You're gonna bring what? Some fucking moron with a rabbit? I don't want no fucking rabbits. I'm not like you people.
How are you?
Not too good.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Jerry and some of his friends thought they'd be cute, and they'd rob me, take some of my stuff, and sell it as their own.
What are you going to do about it?
What am I going to do about it? What are you going to do about it, Nico? take Johnny and my brother Sammy and take care of them.
Okay.
Get out! Hey. I need in one piece.
Sure.
I can't believe Jerry and those fuckers stole right from under our noses.
Yo, let's just get this shit done and over with. What the fuck am I supposed to tell the boss, huh? The fuck am I supposed to tell him?
I'm sorry about your brother.
You're a real douchebag, Nico.
Kill motherfuckers for this shit.
Yo, fuck you, man.